Here we explore everything embodiment, manifesting your dream life, business tools, social media tools, and basically just how to live a more rich, raw, and embodied existence. So today is actually Christmas Day, and a lot of you might think that this is super weird. This is what I choose to do on Christmas Day, but I know a lot of you will be totally with me. I am enjoying a really quiet day to myself. My couple of housemates have gone to see their families for the day and really enjoying being in the space by myself. So yeah, it's really beautiful. I'm going to record this and then go and do some more reading and probably bake myself a little vegan carrot cake as a little Christmas present. Yeah. So for me, Christmas is really a part of that whole week of New Year's and getting clear on what you want to call in over the next year, especially with how 2020 has been a complete mindfuck. I'm sure we are all in need of some clarity and ultimate manifesting so that 2021 can really kick ass and give us everything that we've been wanting. I feel like 2021 was the year that we all worked through so much crap. All of our shadow stuff came up, especially for those of us that were in lockdown and unable to work. You just kind of had to sit with your brain and it was just there. You couldn't really distract yourself from all of the stuff that wanted to just come up and be healed. So I think 2020 was an amazing year for healing and growth and self-development and clearing some old stuff that's your old stuff, but also old stuff from parents that have been passed down and limiting beliefs from grandparents and ancestral and high school and community and society. It was just such a great year for that. I think it had to happen for so many reasons so that 2021 and the years coming can just be the new age. It's the age of Aquarius. We've had some crazy planetary shifts and alignments in the last week that haven't happened for over 400 years, and it's just been absolutely incredible. So this is a super powerful time. I'm going to get super clear over the next week before New Year's Eve rolls in, so that once it comes, I'm just so clear and grounded and embodied and aligned with my vision, and it can just come together and come through into my life. So how to manifest your dream life in 2021. There's a few steps to this, and we could literally talk for hours and hours and hours about manifesting and embodiment and alignment, and we will. But for today, I want to keep it quite short and succinct, especially for people that are new to manifesting or have kind of heard it, but it's a bit spiritual, new agey, kind of fluffy, and they just want some solid stuff to work with. And that's how I work best. So hopefully this can help you out. So firstly, you need to get clear on what it is that you want. There's so many ways that you can do this. So you can think about it, you can journal it, you can write it down as a list or a perfect day in your life. That's really powerful. So if you just write it down in a journal, I like to have a fresh journal for each year so that it's just fresh energy and the colors align with what my kind of vibration is coming into the new year, and it's really fresh and beautiful. I only write positive things as well in my manifestation journals. If you want to just clear space sometimes, it's nice to have a different journal for that, but I have a journal that's just full of positive stuff that I want to call in, and it really helps me align with that vision and become comfortable with the idea of it being there. And then once I'm really comfortable with it, I've accepted that that is my new reality, then it just comes into the physical manifestation. Once you really align with it, that's how we can manifest. We're going to cover that today. So in knowing what you want, you can journal it as a list, you can write down a perfect day in the life, you can make art, you can make music, you can make a vision board, you can print out some photos and stick them on the wall. That's what I've done. I've got my little vision board on my wall. It's right across from my bed. So I look at it every day and I'm reminded of the things that I want to call in, and it's they're here already, and you just have to have that gratitude. for that vision and for those things coming in. And when you're journaling and making the art and the vision boards and all the rest of it, you've got to really feel into it. That's why I work so much with embodiment, because it's all about feeling. So maybe ask yourself some questions. What is it going to feel like to have that thing in your life? Maybe it's a new job, or it's a promotion at your current job, or it's more community, different friendship group, a new car, a new house, a new place of living, a new partner. Maybe it's a whole new body that you are wanting to work towards, be fit and healthy, and maybe it's a new diet that you want to stick to. Maybe you want to go more plant-based, and that's kind of a goal for 2021. But you have to be clear on what it's going to feel like once you get that. So you need to think of it as if it's already coming, it's already in line with your path, and get clear on how it's going to feel to have those things in your life. How is it going to feel waking up every day knowing that you have that, knowing that you can go to that job that you love, or wake up next to that beautiful, beautiful person that you are so in love with and can grow with every single day and choose each other every single day? How is that going to feel? How is it going to feel when you can move through the world with more ease and strength and energy? And the same with the diet. What is that going to feel like? Maybe you even want to start a veggie patch and start eating all vegetables from your garden without pesticides, without all the rest of it. It's just super fresh and clean. How is that going to feel for your body? Then how is it going to feel once you're in that state to be able to give back? How full is your cup going to feel and overflowing so that you can give back to others? It's not just about you. There's always so many levels. And it's the reason why I want to keep doing these videos and why I'm choosing to do this video on Christmas Day. I've been doing so many different kinds of work over the last few years, and I feel like now is the time where I can finally bring it all together and focus on creating a community where we can all share things and discuss things. And if there's things that you want me to cover, you feel comfortable enough to reach out to me, I can do personal requests, because it's really what I want to do. Now that you've journaled, you've printed out pictures, you've created a vision board, whatever it is that you want to do, maybe you even want to dance it through your body and create a playlist that's going to be your playlist for manifesting your dreams in 2021. You can also talk about this stuff with your friends, or your family, or whoever you feel comfortable with. Maybe it's your partner or someone through Instagram that you connect with that is on the other side of the world, but you can still maybe book in a date to connect in person or online and create a vision board together, or prepare something and then share it with them and be like, cool, this is what I'm bringing in, and even talk about it in the past tense. So in 2021, I brought in blah, 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 blah. Make it as long as you want. You can hold space for the other person as they share their things, and then they can hold space for you. And maybe you can even keep each other accountable throughout the year. You can set a date once a month, once every week, to just check in and be like, hey, have you been reading your journal every day? Have you been looking at your list every week, or looking at your vision board? Have you been aligning with that and noticing what's coming up in the physical world, like your real life already? How can you see the opportunities already coming? Because trust me, they will be. As soon as you align and get clear on what you want, and you ask the universe and you say, universe, this is what I want, give it to me in as many ways as possible, in whatever ways that I will openly receive, and it will just start to happen. So that brings me on to my next point. Positivity is such a big part of manifesting, especially if you're currently in a situation that you don't feel good in, it doesn't light you up, it is feeling draining or toxic. And if you only stay in that mindset and see what is in front of you, you won't see all the beauty that is all around you all the time. If it's raining outside, you can focus on the fact that you can't go to the beach that day, but you can also focus on the positive, that the earth is getting nourished, the plants are getting fed. You can have a day inside to relax and look after yourself and maybe read that book or do that dream journal that you have been wanting to do for a while. So there's always positives to look at. And it doesn't need to be a huge jump. Like if you're feeling super crappy, maybe you're going through some really big things, you don't have to look straight for the positives and the best case scenario and force yourself there. Because if you're not feeling it, it's still not going to work. You're just lying to yourself. It's about taking it step by step. What is a better feeling thought that you can think right now? And then once you get to that point, what's a better feeling thought on top of that you can think? And you just start to embody this more and more, and it gets easier and easier. And slowly over time, your brain starts to think of it in a different way, and you start to look for the positives, and it becomes so much easier to see the positive outcome of any situation. You can be grateful for the lessons that you've learned from a breakup. You can be grateful for the job that you've lost, because it brings you the opportunity to go back and study something that you really want to do, or to start your business, or to start recording YouTube videos, or whatever it is that you want to do that lights you up so much. The universe is always conspiring to bring it together for you. Another thing is to surround yourself with people that are positive, people that also have this mindset, and follow people on Instagram that become expanders, which means that they have lives that you feel that you can also eventually embody, and that have maybe the dream job that you want, or the kind of house or the kind of relationship that you want. Follow them on Instagram. Maybe save folders of pictures that they posts that they write out of how they got there and what it means to them and what a day in the life feels for them, and you can use that as inspiration. Podcasts and books are also absolutely incredible and have been key to me changing my life and manifesting so much stuff over the last few years. It's actually crazy how many times I've completely pivoted my entire existence and manifested everything I want within a very short amount of time. But Abraham Hicks is a really useful tool. It's probably been my favorite over the last 2 years. I've read every one of their books and listened to hours and hours of their podcasts and YouTube videos. I will put a link to their books because they are absolutely amazing and everyone should get on them. Another book is The Surrender Experiment that has been key to my journey and many of my friends' journeys, so I'll link that below as well. Another big part of manifesting is knowing that you are worthy. It's loving yourself exactly as you are and being grateful for everything that you do have and everything that you are. Self-love is such an important tool, and it's something that we can always work on. Self-love and self-worth have to be the foundation for any kind of manifestation exercise. Because if you don't love yourself, if you don't believe you're worthy, then it's not going to come. It doesn't matter how many exercises you do, what you say, what you write out, it's not going to come unless you love yourself fully and wholeheartedly. And also through the journey, like, acknowledge that you're human and you're constantly growing and constantly doing the best you can with what you have at the time. A lot of us have so many limiting beliefs when it comes to self-love and self-worth. I am definitely one of them, and I'm always working through it, and it's been a really important part of my journey to getting here. I grew up in a family that didn't show much self-worth or self-love, and because of that I experienced situations where they couldn't give because they didn't have a full cup and they didn't even know how to fill up their own cup. Self-worth and self-love are so important. A few years ago I really discovered what it means to be on the journey to loving myself more and believing I'm worthy of the things that I want. And while I've worked through so many limiting beliefs and done so much work, there's always more to do. And it doesn't mean that you have to be caught in that trap that so many people get caught in, that I have to constantly be doing the work, because that's another limiting belief. It's another belief that you will never be worthy, so you constantly have to do work in order to be worthy. What you have to get to is, once you start doing the work and start opening up and healing your mindset, you know that you're worthy along the journey, while you're doing the journey. And it's just so beautiful to be able to live in that polarity. There's so many polarities in our existence and we cannot escape them. light, dark, all of this stuff. We have it within us, masculine, feminine. They're another one that is so huge to manifesting and to living a life that's both structured and creative and free-flowing. And masculine feminine work has been so important to my journey as well. I'm actually going to link my 2 courses that I've written down below. I wrote a course on self-love and I wrote a course on what the masculine feminine energies are and how to work on them with yourself. It also works if you want to do it with a partner or a friend or a group of friends or family members. Everyone needs to be aware of this work, and everyone needs to be aware of the kind of energy that it brings up and the difference it makes in our lives. So I will link those below, and feel free to check them out and ask me any questions that come up. I will also be doing a video at some point on them. So there we have it. You have your resources to look to over the next year. You have your ideas of what you want, which also is allowed to change. That's okay. As you get things, you can take them off or you can change them. Just don't change them because you feel unworthy or something. Just like really tune into it and try and align your vibration with that. And just know that everything is coming to you always. We did not come here to this earth at this time with all the resources that we have around us to not live our dream lives, to not be able to design our lives in every single way that we want. You are so, so worthy, and I love you all so, so much, and I'm so grateful that you're here with me and with this community through this journey. It's absolutely incredible. There is so much beautiful stuff that's going to happen in 2021, and I just really hope that you all can align with that and really get excited about it, because 2020 was a bit of a shit show, and I believe that it happened for a reason. But our time is now. So 2021 is your time, baby. You can get everything that you want. And there's really nothing standing in the way except yourself and your beliefs. So yeah, that is all we have. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful Christmas and New Year's if you celebrate them.